everyone, it's Ree with Cute and Anythings, back in the craft room to show you how to make a kind of like a cover. It's like a tan cover for your micro happy planner notes. I think that's what it's called, micro notes. So we have the micro notes here. So as you can see, I've made some already. This one is mine. And it's a little chunky one because I put a bunch of stuff in it. But this one has the basic mini rings that are on there. So I know a friend asked for one, and she has the classic rings. So I put some classic rings on here just so I can make hers, because that's the one we're going to make today. And then this one is the one I made for the giveaway. So if you haven't or you don't follow me on Instagram, go head over to my Instagram. I am doing a giveaway for hitting 500 followers. Thank you guys so much. So go over there because I will be giving away this micro notes and the TN cover. And it's super cute, and I made a charm for it and everything. So I'm going to be adding some more things in there. So if you want to make something to cover your micro notes, I'm going to be going through that tutorial today. And then also whatever size planner you may have, you can do this as well. I have made, in the same concept, I have made sticker books. So these are my sticker books. It's just a bigger size. This one's really heavy because it has so much stickers. I've made a die cut book. So you can pretty much make this with any kind of planner or maybe notebook that you have. So what you're going to need is at least some kind of paper. I usually deal with double-sided paper because it just makes it easier. The paper is thin, and you're going to need something like that. It doesn't really have to be thin, but I noticed that when you fold things that are glued together or taped together, air ends up getting trapped in there. You'll need some kind of cutting board, scoring board. If not, you can score different ways. So I have my score. You'll need some kind of razor or cutting blade and some kind of ruler so that you can cut out the pocket. So if you are using the mini happy discs, the measurements for this, the width of the paper would be 4 inches. So if you're using the smaller disc like this, you would want to measure your paper to cut the width to be 4 inches. And the height is about 4 5/8 or 4.63 inches. If you are making the classic size, we are going to keep the height and go to 4.5 inches for width, so that it can make room for the bigger disc. So that's the one I'm going to do today. So once again, I'll put that in the description below if you're using mini discs or if you're using the classic disc. So for the, wow, this paper's bigger than my cutting. Oh, it's because I have the little top. Let me cut that off real quick so it'll fit. So if you're wondering, I'm using paper from a paper pack. This one is called Girls Rule, and I got this from Michael's. I love double-sided paper. I usually use Planner Society paper, but I couldn't find a themed paper that I really liked. So cut that off, and now we're going to cut to 4.5 inches width, and then we'll do the height. So I got this marked at 4.5 inches. Make sure we're all straight. Yep. Measure this. Yeah, that's gonna be good. So that's 4.5 inches width. And since we're making 2, you could literally make 2 of these. Let's see if we can fit it. So we're gonna do 4 5/8. I can't see. All right, now I see it. Oops. Is that an 8? Okay. I am blind. I can't, that looks like a 6. All right. So hopefully you can see this. Am I in frame? I adjusted my camera setup just so that I could be in frame here. So, all right. 4 5/8 is the height. It looks small to me. So that is going to be our front cover. Now we're going to cut, or let's do that the back cover. Yeah. And then now we're going to cut the other one, which is 4 5/8. All right, so we have our front and back covers, and now we need to do the spine, which we can't do the spine with this one. Let me make sure, yep, because it's got a pattern. So if we do it like that, the circles are going to be wrong. So I'm going to have to cut a 1-inch spine from this and then cut it down to the height. That's 1 inch. Perfect. And then now we need 4 5/8. Is that it? And I have my laminator running. So you have your 3 pieces. You got your front cover, your spine, which is too small. Uh-oh, I cut that wrong. What? I did do the wrong one. See, I can't see. Let me just make sure. All right, that's right. So we have this. Perfect. So that lines up and the circles are matching. Now, are we going to waste this little piece right here? No, we're going to go ahead and create a pocket. Now, up to you. You could create a pocket with the same paper, or you can mix match it with the design. So usually I have enough pieces to do the pocket, but because this pattern is weird, we're gonna have to do another cut. And however you want it to stick this in, honestly, it could be really high up there, or it could be low. It's whatever you want. It actually, as long as it's over half of the cover, you'll be fine. So really, any cut will work for this. But what do I want? Do I want the black and white with the pink, or should we just do pink? That'd be cool if I can line it up, but I'm not that great with the letters. That would be really cool. But you know what? We're gonna do the pink because the polka dot one just looks weird. Now this one, I'm gonna do 2.5 inches. Just to give a little bit more room for this pocket. Plus, you know, you can also stick stickers in there, other things. So just in case. And we need to do the height again. 4 5/8, which I'm hoping I can see. You see my head in the camera, my bad. That's not it. It's right here. I don't know why I can't see this, guys. It's super small. All right. Cut my pocket. So, when you put this in the lamination pouch, let's move this out of the way. Let me grab my laminating pouch. You got to decide if you want to round your corners or not. So, this is going to be my front cover. So I'm going to round these edges. This is going to be my back cover with the pocket, so that when I close it, the pocket comes this way. You can see that, right? So you don't have to tape this at all, but you do need to make sure it lines up. And it looks like I got a little bit I need to cut off here. All right, so I got my back pocket, which is like this, and it has the lip so that you could put the micro notes in. So we're going to take a paper rounder or corner rounder and snap that off because I like the edges to be rounded. If you don't, keep it square. Just make sure when you line this up, that's the back cover, because when you close it, this will go to the back. So that's going to be our first insert. Then now we need to do this front cover. If you're wondering where I got my corner trimmer, got it from Hobby Lobby. It was like $9. Please use your coupon. All right. One of the things that we got to make sure is there's nothing on our lamination pouch that's going to mess up our project or cause air bubbles. And this one just picked up all the paper. All right. So, like I said, the first one that's going to go in is the one with the pocket. Let me go ahead and snap this one again. It didn't look like it got it. All right. I have the one with the little pockets, and it's very important you line it up really good because that's going to fuse together and create that pocket. My bad. All right. I'm going to push this one all the way to the back of my pouch and try to make sure it stays lined up, which it's really hard to do this with the tripod in the way. So, all right, line that up. I'm going to line it up a little bit higher. All right, there you go. Now, you're going to place your spine, and this is the part you're going to leave a gap. That gap is going to create where we fold. Now, why do I do this? Honestly, it bends better. There's less air bubbles to lift your paper from the lamination paper. And I just like the look of it, honestly. And then your front cover. This is going to be cute. The black and pink. All right. There you go. Now remember, we're making this for a micro notes with the classic disc. So hopefully our measurements are good. So as you can see, it looks like there's a little bit more gap on the right part, so I'm going to adjust it. You want to leave enough gap that the lamination will laminate around both pieces. That's going to give you a secure hold. I usually run this through twice in my lamination, my laminator, just so that it can adhere. And I just eye it, guys. Honestly, I just keep moving the paper until I like it and just make sure it's straight, honestly. Okay. All right, I'm going to run this through my laminator. It's hot and I'll be back. All right, we are back. We got it out of the laminator. I inspected it and it looks really good. And my spine is upside down, but I think that's okay. So the only mistake I did was with lettering. I put the spine upside down, but I think it's still cute. All right, so let's cut this down. So remember, when you cut it down, you want to make sure that you don't cut off where the lamination closes. And you'll notice that the line at the bottom where there's a pocket, there's going to be a little bit more, like the lamination part is a little bit out. So just be careful when you're lining it up to cut it. You want to adjust for that. And then you could always trim it down with scissors once you use the paper cutter. If you don't have a paper cutter, you can always fussy cut it, which is a lot better because you could see it, the line better. So I'm just trimming it around the edges, and then I will adjust. So you can see I have a really big gap here, but not back here. So I'm going to take my scissors and try to cut as close to it as possible. So I don't want that much of a border there. And then you could round your corners, and then we're gonna go to scoring. I think this is good, but I just need to cut this one down a little bit. All right, super cute. All right, so we got that. We're gonna round the corners. Everything's falling. I don't know if I want, I think I need this one a little bit closer too. Oops, this one looks like, all right, now gotta make sure you round that lamination corner. Oh, poke somebody. All right, we're gonna do some scoring. So this is my outside cover. This is the inside because it has the pocket. So I want to score from the inside just so it can close better. So as you can see, I'm lining it up with one of the lines in the middle of this gap. So you want to make sure you line that up, and then you're just gonna score right in there. Doesn't have to be super hard. You're just giving the lamination an idea where we're gonna fold. So then I'm gonna line up the second one and score. And now it should bend perfectly easy. And there you go. You have your little booklet. So let me move this paper thing out of the way, and we're going to cut our pocket and make our elastic band. So I usually have some kind of cutting pad so I don't mess up my workstation, and a metal ruler. I use this fuse tool ruler, but I turn it upside down so it's flat. And then your paper trimmer. I use blades. I get these from Daiso, which is the Japanese $1.50 store. I love that place. Haven't been back in a while because I go crazy at that store. I went crazy at Hobby Lobby yesterday, so I am no spend right now. All right, so I just line it up to the edge of the pocket, and I'm going to run a line. And you want to make a good enough pressure so it'll cut. I find if you do more than one cuts, you'll kind of get some, you know, different lines there. So perfect cut. And we're going to go ahead and fit her in there just to make sure we're all good. I might need to cut a little bit more on the edge. And that lamination helps because it's all, there we go. Perfect. So, fits perfectly in there. And, yep, it's going to fit nicely. And we're going to go ahead and make our little band. So let me show you how I do that. So I take my blade and I find where I want it, and I put it in the middle, and I just make a little slit into, because I don't have one of those long band hole punchers. Now you could use anything you have in here to make this hole. I use the Silhouette's little weeding tool, and I just stick it in the slit, if I can find it. And then I just push to make the hole. You might have to do that a few times because of the lamination. So there's our hole. And now to pick the string. I have pink. It matches the inside. We'll go with the pink. I've been using pink all day. Alright, how do you measure this? Usually what I do is I measure the length. And then I make it a little smaller because you don't want it to be too loose. And you got to adjust for your knot. So about that should be good. So I just tie a little knot at the end. The hardest part is putting it through the hole. I always have problems. All right, we got our knot. So pinch the top of it and you're gonna run it through the inside. That's why I usually do this a little bit more right before I put it in. That way it makes the hole bigger. All right, let's see if I can do this. Oh no. All right, putting it in the hole. Oh no, my nails. I cut my nails down and now they're even more, they're getting longer. There we go. Come on. It's almost. Nope. Told you this is the hardest part. See if I can make this. Alright. There we go. So, there it is. You could always trim this down so it's not so bulky. You have your micro. Put that in there. Close it. And there you go. There's your cover micro notes. Super cute. And now what you could do if you want to, if you're one to hang charms, you can make 2 holes here, tie elastic band. So as you can see, I just made 2 holes on the top and it's just tied. That way, I don't know if you can see that. That way you can hang charms. You can do a bookmark charm and hang it from the inside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to incorporate this little charm to try to dangle from the bottom. So I'm going to try to figure out how much room I'm going to need to do that. And if not, I might just have it dangling from the outside. I think that would be cute too. So, and it's a little bell. So there you guys go. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them. Don't forget to head on over to my Instagram and tag some planner friends that would love to get one of these. I am giving away one that will fit the micro notes with the mini discs though. So you can see the difference in size. This is classic and this is mini disc. So just slight bigger, but it's so cute. I love these micro notes. Real easy to put in your purse on the go. And just, you could do so much. You can customize them and it's just a mini, well, super mini planner. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.